Hello and welcome back. Today we will configure the port security. Port security has three methods or three types. It has three violations. One is shutdown, strict, and protect. So let's see how to configure them and how they function and what they use or how they work. These two PCs, the port security will be violation shutdown, their MAC address will be sticky. The sticky MAC address, we will not configure the MAC address of these two PCs manually. By default, the switch will learn while pinging or the traffic from these PCs through the switch. As well as these two PCs, the port security violation will be restrict and the MAC address will be sticky. And the port security of this PC will be protect, but we will configure manually this MAC address. So let's come here and configure a switch. You have to enable config T. First change the host name, then interface range F01 to 2. First, the interface must be access, switch port mode access. Then the switch port will be switch port security, to enable the port security. Now we have to minimize the number of the devices. These two interface will use one device. Now we have to come to the MAC address. MAC address will be here sticky. We will not configure it manually. Then we have switch port security violation. Let's question mark it. We have three types or three method or mode, which is protect, restrict, and shutdown. Here will be shutdown. So now let us exit. We have configured it. We have to configure the rest of the interfaces. F0, 3 to 4, switch mode, port access, switch port security. Maximum will be 2 devices here, and the MAC address will be sticky as well, but the port violation will be strict, yes. Then we have to exit and go to interface F05. Switch port mode access, switch port security. Port security maximum will be, let's say, 1. Switch port security MAC address, we will configure it manually. Go to this PC, interface F00, copy, then come back to the switch, paste it. We have to configure the violation. The violation will be protect. Exit to right. Let's verify it. Show port security interface F01. The port security is enabled. The port stats is up. The violation mode is shut down. Still, the minimum MAC address will be 1. Let's check and verify 3. In PC3, the port security is enabled, the stats is up, the violation mode is restrict. Let's check F05, which is on PC5. We have total of a MAC address 1 because we configure it manually, and we have configured MAC address 1, and we have the port security enabled, the stats up, and the violation mode is protect. There is one more thing. Let's check on MAC address, show MAC address table. Only we have one because we configure it. Let's ping PC4. Let's ping PC3. Let's ping PC2. Come back on the switch. Show MAC address table. It has learned these MAC addresses. So now let us move this interface to this PC. And let us configure it. Your IP address will be F515. So let's ping, see what will gonna happen. Let the port become green. So now let's ping. It will not ping, so it's protected. So you can see it will not ping. But let us come back here and return the switch here, the interface. Let us configure this interface's spanning tree port 5, range F01 5, spanning tree port fast. Exit, do show run. Yes, they are all support fast to prevent the time. Let's ping now, it's pinging. So now let us move this interface to this PC. Let us give it 1. For example, look what will happen if this PC thinks, oh, it's already off, it's shut down, because the interface is shut down. If we come back here and put it back, it's still shut it down. So what we have to do is first go to the interface F01 and put it shut down first. Then say no shutdown. That's how the port can be up. And let's verify, show port security. So this is the port security to check the interfaces. This is how to configure the port security. Verifying the MAC addresses. This is how to verify the MAC addresses. Hope you understand and gain some knowledge on how to configure the port security. It's very important. In some organizations, we have to say show IP interface brief. By default, we have 24 interfaces. So in the real environment, you have to manually shut down all the rest of unused ports to protect the switch from any kind of unauthorized accesses. Thank you and hope you enjoy, and I hope you understand how to configure the port security.